want to start my video today with a thank you to Joe for creating the artwork for my intro. Moles are my favourite creatures. Mole is my nickname. And yeah, it works if you work it is my favourite everyday phrase. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Also, I'm dressing today like my Lego character, or as close to it as I can get. Lisa and Rufus on Beyond Authentic's Losers Club are creating Slimland, which is such good fun. And Lisa put up a short video yesterday of 4 of the characters from Slimland. And I think I'm the one with the short cropped hair and the, I don't know, creamy beige top and black trousers. So there you go, Lisa. This is me as a Lego character, alive and kicking. This top I bought from Asda a couple of weeks ago. And I'm mindful because, not last winter but the winter before, I bought the same hoodie. It's just an everyday walking hoodie for me. But I bought the same one 2 winters ago in grey, in extra large. This time I got it in small. And believe me, there's plenty of room in it. 16 quid from Asda, and they wash really nicely if anybody's interested. So now I'm not going to be a Lego character anymore, I'm going to be myself. Starting the video this week with what's for the basket. Hang on, let me just throw that on the sofa. Starting the video with this week with what's for the basket, we have pickles in a pouch. These are from America. And each one contains 1 big pickle. This one is dill flavoured, this one is hot mama, spicy, chili, hot. So that's what's going in my basket at group this week. Now, because we're in the process of doing the toys for the toy appeal, and we've collected the majority of the money, and so many of you lovely people have sent in incredible presents from my wish list, that changing that part of my video from word of affirmation, which was the way I collected in the money, or paid myself. So I want to say a huge, huge thank you to anyone who's sent in a gift. And some people have sent in multiple gifts. Now, I'm not going to try naming people today, and a lot of the presents came anonymously, but I am keeping a list. And I will make a video later in the month. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because what you've done will make a massive difference to the kids. Really will make a massive difference. So to replace word of affirmation, we're now going to have a Slimming World question, hopefully with a Slimming World answer. And this week's question is, can you win Slimmer of the Week if you're a target member, i.e. within your target bubble? Answer, no. Now, I had realised that when somebody asked me this question, I didn't know the answer. So I approached my consultant and asked for the answer. If you're a target member, as in a non-fee paying member, you're not entitled to win Slimmer of the Week, even if you have lost the most weight that week by far. So you could be at the top of your bubble and make a decision to really go back to basics, to lose 4, 5, 6 pounds to get to the bottom of your bubble, and you could be successful, but you don't qualify as Slimmer of the Week. I'm not going to comment on this, I just roll my eyes a lot. If you go out of your bubble, as in at the top I suppose, and you are then a fee-paying member of Slimming World, and you have a good weight loss, you can win Slimmer of the Week because they're getting you cash. I'll leave it there. I want to talk about this day in my life. This day in my life, I am 500 consecutive days on Slimming World. I love numbers, I love counting, I love that kind of numerical achievement. And it had dawned on me quite recently that I must be getting near to the 500, so I checked it out. And today is my 500th day on this plan. Now, to some people that will not be impressive. To some people it might be quite sad. They might think, oh, what a sad life you have, Jane. But to me, it's a blessing. Because being consistent, simplicity and consistency are what have got me here. And simplicity and consistency are what will keep the weight off. I don't need to look at dieting anymore. My God, that is such a freedom. All my life I've been on a diet. Even when I've been a Slimming World member over the years, I have always been on a diet. I've always been trying to out-trick, out-tweak, or overcome the plan. This time, pretty much the last time I did this, like 10 years ago when I got to Target and stayed there for about 5 years, I think I followed the plan probably 90% back then. But today, I would say I follow the plan by the book. Now, to some people, that's not what they want to do and it's not what they need to do, but we're only talking about me. I'll do me, you do you. For me, and the sort of personality I have and the sort of person I have, I need to build on that simplicity. But more than that, I need to build on consistency. Because I'll be perfectly honest with you, if I decided, sod it, I'm going to take the weekend off, or the week off, or the month off, I can honestly say in all sincerity, I don't know whether I could get back on it. And that is purely because it all seems to me to be ruled by my gut microbiome. If I put a lot of crap into my digestive system asks for more crap. It doesn't ask for on-plan food, it doesn't ask for fruit, it doesn't ask for vegetables, it doesn't ask me to think sensibly about what I'm spending my sins on. It just asks for more sugar, more highly processed foods. And then I get to the stage where my head is ruled by that. I've said before, your gut is your second brain. I believe that. And I don't want to be ruled by food anymore. I have such a freedom today of actually being able to eat the food I love and love the food I eat. I have no desire to swap it. Because when I'm in a bad place, when my body's craving all those foods, I actually eat things I don't even like, just because my body is overruling my brain. I love fruit and vegetables. And this is really weird because for years, I'm talking 5+ years before I went back to Slimming World in 2015, not one fruit or one vegetable passed my lips. Nothing. I don't eat healthy food, I used to say. I don't like fruit and veg. I didn't eat an apple for years. I still don't eat oranges because they're just not to my taste. But what I do eat today is the best fruit and the best veg and the best salad stuff, excluding lettuce and tomatoes, which I don't love. I eat the best I can afford. I eat the best I can get my hands on. Yes, I'm lucky I can buy what I like. Yes, I'm lucky I can afford what I like. You'll never see me buy yellow sticker bargains in fruit and veg. I understand the dynamics of food rotting. When it's been detached from its life source, it doesn't stay fresh forever. So I don't want sweaty mushrooms and limp spring onions. What I do want is the best of what I can afford, and I buy a lot of my fruit and veg in Marks and Spencer's. But you know, seriously, if you look at the difference in prices between the best apples in Marks and what supermarkets have to offer, and I'm not naming any particular supermarket, but you look at the difference in price, it is not that big. We buy blueberries in Marks and Spencer's. We may pay 20 or 30p more than in the cheapest of the supermarkets. but the quality is 50% better. And I've had to weigh up over the years, what do I want? Do I want the healthiest body that I can achieve through eating and through exercise? Or do I want to save a bit of money and spend it on crap? No, I don't. I'd rather eat less of it and have better quality. And I thought I didn't like spring onions till I started buying the ready prepped ones from M&S. I thought I didn't really like radishes until I started buying the 2 different kinds of ready prepped ones from M&S. And this week, the ready prepped ones in M&S were 3p more than the Aldi ones, which aren't prepped. What's 3p in this world today, when your shopping is going up between 5 and 10% at times? So for me, it's all about quality. I don't eat anywhere near the amount of meat I used to eat. I've come to a place while working the plan that I eat chicken. I didn't eat chicken for 10 years probably because I thought I didn't like it. It's the quality of the chicken I bought that I didn't like. I don't eat mince anymore. I don't worry about having a massive quantity and a massive variety. I keep it simple. I keep it consistent. But I eat a lot of protein. I eat a lot of speed food and I eat a lot of free food. In the 71 weeks I've been on this plan, the 500 days today, I've lost a total of 66.5 pounds. So I'm 3.5 pounds short of a 5 stone loss, which is ideal for where I'm at the moment. Currently I weigh 10 stone 9.5. I have no goal in mind. I'm just going to drift till I get to where I feel right. And then I'll practice maintaining that weight loss. Over that period, over those 500 days, I've actually had 8 weight gains. But I've been on plan every day. So don't let anybody tell you that if you stick to plan 100%, you're guaranteed a weight loss. I think I'm living proof that that's not true. I've had 7 half-pound gains in that period and 1 1-pound gain. But every ounce of those gains has been water weight. I haven't gained fat. I've gained water on occasions. That could be purely because the day before I've eaten more carbs. But I'm not scared of carbs anymore, and I used to be bloody terrified of them. I need carbs for energy. I don't limit my carbs in any way, shape or form. I'm working this plan one day at a time, and one of the biggest blessings is I get up in the morning, I start my day with my breakfast, and I don't think about food all day. I know that I've got the right foods in the fridge, in the freezer, in the cupboards. I've always got a decent amount of food in the house. We do 2 big shops a week. But that gives me the freedom from having to think about food every day, every hour, every minute. When I was eating on Slimming World and not really working the plan, all I ever thought about was food. All I ever thought about was what I was missing out on, the fear of missing out. All I ever thought about was the foods I thought I was addicted to. Today I have the freedom to just get on with my life. My life doesn't get in the way anymore. Food doesn't get in the way anymore. And I actually am getting so much more out of being alive. I love this plan. Right, I'm going to touch on my opinion of the changes to this plan, and this part of the video is going to be really short because today is the 4th of October 2025. These changes come into place on the 1st of January 2026. That's 88 days away. I want to say, don't sweat the small stuff. 88 days. Why are we stressing, making videos, whittling about changes that aren't even in place yet? You know, the world could come to an end in 88 days. We've got Halloween, we've got bonfire night, we've got Christmas, we've got New Year's Eve. All of that stuff is going to happen within the next 88 days. Don't let these, I'm rolling my eyes again, ridiculous changes knock you off track. The most important thing I've got today, other than my family and my health, is my ability to work the simplicity, I can't say it, my ability to work the simplicity that is Slimming World. But if I start worrying about what sins are going to be renamed, if I start worrying about what Body Magic's going to be renamed, if I start worrying about healthy extras, I'm overcomplicating it, and I'm going to let life get in the way. And those are the dumb things that could knock me off track, and I will not be knocked off track. I have a right to choose what I call any part of this programme. Most of it I don't even refer to regularly. I just, in my head, I just have my healthy extras. I take the free food, I take the speed food, I count the sins or whatever you choose to call them. But I don't, none of that is a stress. It's not hard. If it's so simple, if they needed to, a child could do it. But we overcomplicate things. Now, this thing about healthy fats, and people are actually saying they don't like the word fat. Why not? Why don't you like the word fat? What's wrong with it? It's just a 3-letter word. Don't give it power. And we're talking about avocado. Now, everybody who watches my channel knows I eat avocado and I sin it. I would use olive oil and I'd sin it. I'd eat olives and I'd sin them. I'm not one for nuts and seeds, but currently they're a big choice anyway. Do you really think Slimming World are going to let you have a whole avocado? Get real. If you're lucky, it will be 60 or 70 grams of avocado. So if I was you, I'd put on your wish list for Christmas an avocado storage tub, because you're not going to be allowed a whole one. And in most cases, you won't even get half of one for 60 or 70 grams. Think about it. 60 grams of avocado is 6 sins, 70 grams is 7 sins. That's the max they're going to give us. When people are saying, why haven't they given us the whole list already? It's because they don't want us to have it already. They don't want us to be doing it now. This is for January next year. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't get overexcited when you think you can have a whole avocado on toast. Don't get overexcited when you think you can have half a jar of peanut butter. Do you know there's about 110 calories in 1 level tablespoon of peanut butter? If you look at one of those plastic measuring spoons, that ain't a lot. It wouldn't cover half a slice of toast for me. Don't sweat the small stuff. Wait until in December they tell us the quantities we can have. And then if you're anything like me, stick to your 2A choices and your 1B. There is going to be no rule that says you have to have one of each of these choices. I've spoken to head office about it. Right, I'm going to end it there for that subject, because I'm not going to think about it until New Year's Eve, because it doesn't affect me any more than I'm going to think about any other ridiculous thing that could happen. We'll wait and see what happens. We'll wait and see what quantities they give us, and we'll wait and see what works best for us. I get that healthy fats are a good way forward, but some of us have been doing it for years and sinning it. If you're a person who would never have sinned avocado, why would you give up a healthy extra A or B to have 60 or 70 grams of avocado? Come on. Most of us get up to 15 sins. A lot of us live our lives on low sins. You can have it now. If you want avocado, sin it now. If you don't, let go of avocado gate. Because it don't impress us when people say, I can't work this plan because I can't have avocado. For God's sake, what difference would it make not being able to have one fruit? Avocado's a fruit. We don't need it. But if we enjoy it, if it's a food you love, eat it today and sin it. Okay, talk about my results this week and then I'm done. This week I went to group, I stepped on the scales. I'd had a fabulous week. I was counting my hours of walking because Lisa had said you have to walk 11 and a half hours to burn a pound or to lose a pound. Well, I reckon last week we probably walked somewhere between 18 and 20 hours because that's one of our hobbies. I don't do it to lose weight, I've always said that. I don't believe at my size I'm going to lose anything by walking, but I love walking. I love being mobile and being on my feet and just being able to move whatever the weather. I mean, it's a miserable day here today, but we'll be out for 2 or 3 hours walking later. We've got things to do, places to go. As I say, I think I walked between 18 and 20 hours last week. I went to the gym 3 times and I'm getting a great love of the gym. It just gets better. There was a chap in the gym the other day and I was doing bench press. I'd got my earbuds in. I heard this guy talking to Joe, but I couldn't hear what he was saying. And I heard Joe kind of laugh and talk back to him. And apparently this guy said I was getting stronger and I was looking good. I thought I'd pulled. I mean, that was lovely. Don't know the man from Adam, I think he was Italian. Joe said he thought he was Italian. But that is really nice. That's the one occasion as a blind person when I don't mind somebody talking about me rather than talking to me. And I had Young Thug blasting in my ears, so I couldn't really hear what he was saying. But that's lovely. That gives you a boost in confidence, and I am achieving a lot at the gym. In the 3 or 4 months that I've been going, some of my reps have gone up from 5 to 25. Some of my weights have trebled and quadrupled. But doing all that last week, and loving every minute of it, gave me a ½ pound gain. And I love that too, because it's really not that important. What's ½ pound of water weight? It's nothing. This is where I'm going to have to learn to live in this sort of area of weight. It's not a big deal. And I'm not going to starve myself to lose weight next Tuesday.
We think we know where it came from though, don't we?
Yeah, go on, you say.
The noodle pots.
Oh yeah, I've been adding quite a lot of Itsu noodles as a once-in food. But then when I looked at the calories of them, if I added 2 of the pots of noodles to my chicken and my vegetables and everything, it was getting on between 400 or 500 calories I was adding. And usually I do have carbs. I have carbs with every meal. But I was adding that on top of the carbs I was already having. So that's what we thought, because the 3 days before I got weighed, I'd done that. So I was already having a huge lunch with carbs in, and then adding 2 Itsu noodle pots on top. So yeah, that's probably where the water weight came from. But water weight's nothing, a good pee and you've lost it. So by the end of the morning on the day I got weighed, I probably was back to a maintain. Last month, which was September, wasn't it? There were 5 weigh-ins. I lost a pound, I maintained. I lost a pound, I maintained. I gained a half. Bang on target for a 1.5 pound loss for the month. Couldn't ask for more than that, could I? That's what I said I wanted. So, yeah. That's me done for today. I'm going to put my walking shoes on. I'm going to put a waterproof on. And I'm going to go for a walk. And do you know what's nice? I mean, my phone measures my walking. And the other day I actually put my phone in my bag and took it out with me. And we walked to John Lewis and back. And when we got back, my phone said, you have walked 4.76 miles. I can do it like that. At one time, I would have struggled to walk 476 yards. And I'm fast now, aren't I, Joe?
Yeah.
Sometimes he has to tell me to slow down. I love it. I am loving life. I have nothing to complain about. I have problems, I have difficulties, I have challenges. The old chap we're looking out for has now got a place in a care home. I have been fighting for that for a month. It hasn't been easy. But last week, or the week before, I had a conversation with Lisa. about letting go of stuff following a tarot reading. I let go of all the stress and trying to control what was happening to him. And it was his birthday on the 25th. He was 92. And halfway through celebrating his birthday, a social worker came in and said, "You've got a place in a care home." And it was like all his birthdays had come at once. I didn't think it would happen, but I tried to believe it would. And I let go of trying to be in control. So don't let life get in the way. If life's getting in the way directly in your path, take a step sideways and go round it. Okay, bought myself an Audible book this morning called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff by Richard Carlson, and I'm going to try reading it and see where I get. This book was written 28 years ago, but I think it's still relevant today. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next Saturday. Cheers.